this is Papple, and you're watching PapplePlays. It's been a long time since I last posted a video on my channel, so I'm gonna start a new game today, and that is SnowBros. And it's a Sega Genesis game, so let's look into the story. So we've got an evil witch kind of thing, and he looks upon a crystal kingdom, an ice kingdom or a crystal kingdom, I don't know. And then there are these princesses and two little snowmen, and then the devil just appears out of nowhere and cages the princesses. And then there's that little smirk and like a victory smirk that he gives. I don't even know if that's the elven monster or something, because he had pointy ears. But yeah, this is one of that childhood games that we always love, and this is one of those common games that we see in the arcades. If there has been a trend of playing games on the arcade in your area, you might know that as well, because in my country a very few places had arcades. And I started playing out this game with my brother and with my cousin on my Windows 98 PC, and we used to like have an emulator for that. There used to come a CD for the games. I still remember a flashing pink colored CD having all the Sega Genesis games. I believe I had 86 of them on that CD. There are a lot more, but I just know of those 86, and I started playing out all these Genesis games using that. So this was one of those games that I really loved, and this is the very first game that I played with my brother and with my cousin. So I really have a lot of memories with this game. Now I'm using RetroArch as an emulator to play this game, because the old emulator that the game runs on is now outdated for Windows 10, and I can't get it to work on my laptop. So I had to use RetroArch because it supports a variety of emulators. So I'm playing this game using RetroArch. As far as the storyline goes for this game, there's a kingdom, ice kingdom or whatever you want to call it, and there are princesses and everyone is living happily. But then there's this devil that appears to conquer the ice kingdom, and he kidnaps the princesses. So the princes named Nick and Tom, they set out to save the princesses from the devil. And in doing so, we have different stages and 10 floors on each stage, and we have to fight all these enemies. So the player itself, the player mechanics, the player throws down snowballs, and we start out with no power-ups in the start, and we throw down snowballs, and we are really slow. So we move really slow and we throw down snowballs on the enemies, make bigger snowballs of them, and then push them to the sides. So, and we get a lot of different kinds of stuff out of them for scores and power-ups, which I label as bottles. I say them as bottles. So the red bottle actually is speed up. The blue one is it thickens the bullets that you're firing, the snow bullets, and the yellow one is for the range. So there are 3 total power-ups, actually 4, because there is another bottle that comes up. It's kind of like a zinc or kind of like a teal colored bottle, and it enlarges the player for a limited amount of time, and you could just hover over all the enemies to defeat them and get items out of them. So and I'm playing this game, I'm playing this, okay, that was stupid. I'm playing this game on easy mode, so there are not going to be any problems in getting all the power-ups in time. So in hard mode, although there are a lot of obstacles and the enemies move much faster, and there's a lesser chance to get the power-ups, and they don't appear as frequently as they appear in easy mode. So that's one aspect of difficulty that you see in the hard mode. And I just glitched, my bullets just glitched, and I couldn't defeat the enemy, and he just rolled out onto my head, and I had to die with that. So that's 2 total deaths accounted for in this episode, as for now, on stage 2. Now there's that teal bottle, and it enlarges you, so you can just hover over all the enemies to get items. And the animation or the sprites for the icons are really interesting, or the items that you get are really interesting, because I used to think that these were actually like shoes or something, and I'm gonna show you how or why do I think like that they look like shoes. And I used to call them, the yellow ones I used to call as Reeboks, and the white ones I used to call as Nikes, like that. But when I I discovered the true nature of the items when I was reading a guide of the game. These were actually the Asian cuisine inspired things like sushi and sushi and pies or something. So that was interesting to know. I have only 2 power-ups on me, and this enemy looks kind of docile in the easy mode, but he bombs out several different enemies out of his head, and you get to defeat them, and they actually blow up if you push the enemies to the other side. So try not to get caught in the crossfire. And for the easy mode, that was really easy. At the end of all the stages, you get a password written, so you can continue from where you left off. And that is all for this episode. It's a short one, I know, but that's gonna do it for today. The game glitches, so I'm gonna leave it out here. I'm gonna see you in the next one.